I am Vasanta, Department of Computer Science, the program. Here create a base class containing the data members, roll number and name. Also create a member function to read and display the data using the concept of single level inheritance. Then with that you have to create a derived class. You have to create a derived class that contains the marks of two subjects and you have to find the total. From this what exactly I come to know? You have to create one base class. There I am going to take student is the base class. On this base class we have two data members, one is roll number and one more is name. One is roll number and one more is name. Two data members here we are collected. I also create a member function to read and display. Whatever data members you have selected, that you have to read and display. They have a base class. On that base class, two data members, roll number and name. These two, roll number and name, we have to input and then we have to display. Next, once again, you have to create a derived class that contains marks of two subjects. Then marks will be the derived class. There we have selected two data members, marks 1 and marks 2. Two data members you have to select. On this you have to find total. There also we have to read and display the value. See, from this what exactly I come to know? We have to create two classes in the same program. One first class is student and the second class is marks. This is the student is the base class. Student is the base class and marks is the derived class. We are creating two classes, one is student and one more is marks. The students having data members, roll number and name, whereas marks having data members, marks 1 and marks 2. In both the cases you have to read and display the value. This is the agenda of the program. Now we will explain this program one by one, how to create the class of base class as well as derived class. Now first, as usual, we want to start with the header file as include iostream.h. This is the supporting header file for C in as well as C out. And the program alli C in matte C out work aagbeku ee header file irbeku. Then next as include conio.h. This is the supporting header file for clear screen as well as getCH function. What is the aim of our program? We have to create two classes. One is student and one more is marks. Then first I am to create the base class student. How to create a base class student? First start with the keyword class. The base class name I am going to write it as student. Student is the base class. On this, in private section we have to declare the variables. In private section we are declaring the variable. This is the first variable roll number and second data member is name. Roll number antanduvaga which data type it will take, where it may be in integer format. That's why I am going to take private int roll number. First data members I declared. Next one more I need, that is name. Name annuvaga nanu direct agi string format alli tagolodakagala. Then what I have to do? I have to take it in character format. Character format. Name. If I am going to write only this much, semicolon, if I am going to write only this much, then only one character it will take. That's why inside the bracket I am to write around 20 characters. Whereas name is in the format of string format. What do you mean by string? String is nothing but collection of characters. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್. ಈ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅನ್ನುವಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ 20 or 10 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ 10 ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ, 20 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ 20 ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಳುತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರಿಂಗ್ ರೋಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ನೇಮ್. First declared, I declared base class student, there two data members, roll number and name. What is the next thing? I have to read and display this value. Then in public section we have to write the statement or we have to write the functions of read as well as display. Then void get data function. First I am to write read function. Read function and get data anta karitini. Inside this, what I want to write? I want to display enter the value or enter the value of roll number as well as name. I want to display the value, then cout I have to take. Cout insertion operator inside the double quotes. Enter roll number and name. It is an output statement. That's why cout here I took. Inside the double quotes, whatever thing I am to write as it is, it will display. Then in extraction operator. First I am to take roll number. I am going to input roll number, extraction operator, name. Here two variables, one is roll number, two data members, one is roll number and one more is name. Here we are input. Then we will close this function. This is the get data, one function. Here I open and here I close it. What is the next thing I want to do? I want to display these two values. Then void display function. Void display function. Here I just input madidini. Next what I want to do? I want to display these two values. Then here cout name equals. First here I took roll number. That's why I am to take roll number equals. Roll number equals. Inside the double quotes, whatever thing I am to write as it is, it will display. Then insertion operator roll number. Then next cout name equals. Then display the name value. Then close this function. Whereas student is a base class, here two data members, roll number and name. These two data members, here I inputted and here I displayed. Then what is the next thing? Here I open the class, that here I am to close. Class open ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ close ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. This is your base class. Next I am to write the derived class. Derived class ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು? Marks na ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Whereas already explained regarding the syntax. First how to write the syntax? Class derived class colon visibility mode, then base class. This is the syntax I told you, is it? No. Now how to create the derived class? First I have to use the keyword class. What is the derived class? Here we have marks is the derived class. Marks. What's the next thing I have to write? Here I have to put colon. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ semicolon ಹಾಕಬಾರದು. Compulsory you have to write colon. What's the next thing? Visibility mode. Here I am to write public. What is the base class here? The base class is student. Base class is student. Now is it clear? From this I am creating a new class called as marks. This marks acquire the properties of base class, that is student. Andre ee derived class marks ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ marks ಅನ್ನೋದು derived base class ಏನಿದೆ student ಇಂದ properties ನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. Now to start the derived class, first I am declaring the data members in private section. Private. Which of the data members are required for marks? Marks 1, marks 2 as well as total. Then how to find this? How to declare the variables? For example, int marks 1, marks 2, total. Declare the data members. Next, in public section, declare the functions. How to define the functions? First, I am to write void. Already I given one function name as get data in the base class student. ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು base class derived class ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು functions ಬೇಕು. Here I took get data, now I am to write it as get data 1. Get data 1 is the function of marks class. Now here which are the variables here I have to import? I have to input marks 1 and marks 2, then I have to find total. Then cout insertion operator enter 2 marks. Then input that value, say in extraction operator M1, extraction operator M2. Then find the total. How to find total? Total equals m1 plus m2. Then close this function. ಅಂದ್ರೆ get data one function ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, marks 1 marks 2 input ಮಾಡಿ total ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Next I want to display that value. Then void display. Whereas already I took display in student. If you want, you can take display also. Otherwise display 1. Confusion ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ display 1 ಅಂತ ತಗೋತೀನಿ. Get data display ಇವೆರಡು student functions. Whereas get data 1, display 1 is the functions of marks. Here I am going to display the value. Cout marks 1 equals marks 1 equals display the marks 1 value m1. Then cout marks 2 equals display marks 2 value m2. Then display the total also. Cout total marks equals display the total. Then close this function. Now is it clear? Now here I close it one class. Next which one I have to close? I have to close the marks class. How to close? Here put semicolon after writing the flower bracket. Here I opened that, here I am going to close it. Now is it clear? Here I opened the student class, here I close it, and here I opened marks class, here I close it. What is the next thing? How to write the main program. How to write main program now? As usual, void main. Here create the object. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೆಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Whereas for student one class is there, marks is also one class. ನೀವು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ get data and display function you can use. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನೀವು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ then you can access the properties of the base class, that is student. ಅಂದ್ರೆ get data display, get data 1, display 1, all the function I can able to access here. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲಿ. ನೀವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ only get data and display function you can able to use. If I want to use all the functions, then you have to create object for marks class. Then while creating object marks, then object. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, get data and display function only I can use. ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನಾನು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ I can able to use get data 1, display 1 as well as get data display, because this marks is derived from acquire the properties from student class. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನೀವು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ, ಆಲ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್. Then next after that call the functions one by one. Object dot whichever you want you can call. For example, first I am to take get data function. Get data function I am to call get data function. Next object dot get data 1. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, enter roll number and name, then input that value. Then next you are going to get enter 2 marks, marks 1 and marks 2 you can able to input. Then object dot next I want to display the value, display function dot display function. Next call object dot display 1 function. Next get ch, close the main program which you opened. Now is it clear? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು, derived class ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, what is the main use of this. See, once again to explain this entire program. In this program we had 2 classes, one is student class and one more is marks class. In student class, we have two data members, one is roll number and name. In marks class, we have three data members, marks 1, marks 2 as well as total. Here, I am going to input the value as well as display the value. Here also I am going to input marks 1, marks 2 and then I am going to display marks 1, marks 2 as well as total. While creating object, I am going to creating object for the derived class. Derived class ಗೆ object ಅನ್ನ create ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. Derived class ಗೆ object ಅನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ create ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ this derived class having the properties of base class also. That's why if I am going to create object for the derived class, then I can able to access all the data members as well as member function of base class as well as derived class. This is regarding your inheritance program. Now we will show you how to execute this program on the system. To perform that, click on DOS. Here in the menu, click File, New Option, maximize the screen, then type the program. If you want, you can write the comment section, it is optional for you. Directly here I am to start with the program. Ash include iostream.h ash include conio.h, whereas ash include iostream.h is a supporting header file for scene as well as cout. Then conio.h header file is the supporting header file for clear screen as well as getch. Now we are going to start with the class. Here the class name we are given as student. Here we will write the program now. In private section we are declaring the variables private int roll number, first data member, next data member. Here we are taking as character format char name. Inside the bracket we are written as 20. That means for a name maximum 20 characters it can take. Next in public section we are declaring the functions public, there void get data function, first function. Now here on this function cout insertion operator, enter roll number and name. To move the cursor next line, end line function. Next scene extraction operator roll number extraction operator name. Then close this function. Next one more function void display function. On this function we will display both the values cout insertion operator roll number equals display the roll number. To move the cursor next line, end line function. Next cout insertion operator name equals display the name, insertion operator name it has to display, then end line function. Now close this function. After this close the student class. To close the student class flower bracket, then you have to put semicolon. Next we are going to create one more class, that is class marks is the derived class, then colon, the visibility mode here we are written as public, then it is derived from student class. It means that from student we are creating one more class as marks. It is single level inheritance. Here in private section we are declaring the variable, first one int marks 1 comma marks 2 comma total. Next in public section we are writing the functions. The first function void read function. Here we are writing the statement of this read function, that is Cout insertion operator inside the double quotes, enter 2 subject marks. 2 subject marks. To move the cursor next line, and line function. Next, Cin extraction operator marks 1, extraction operator marks 2. Then find the total. Total equals marks 1 plus marks 2. Then next close this function. Next, one more function now we have to write, that is for display purpose, that is void print function. There write down, display the subject, Cout insertion operator inside the double quotes, subject 1 equals, display the marks 1, insertion operator M1, and line. Next, Cout insertion operator inside the double quotes, subject 2, display the marks 2 value M2, then insertion operator and line function. Then display the total, Cout insertion operator inside the double quotes, write down total marks equals, display the marks. Where exactly the total marks is present? In total. For last one, end line is optional. Then close this function. Then one more class now we have to close, that is marks class. To close, flower bracket, after flower bracket you have to put semicolon. Next, create the main program, void main. There, write down marks, create the object marks M, that is M is the object name. Next, clear screen. Clear screen. Next, M dot get data function, call one by one. Next, M dot get data, after that read function. Next, M dot display function. Next one, M dot print function. Print function. Then get ch, close the main program. After this, save the program. Here the name of the experiment I given as experiment 11.cpp. Now we have saved the program, then compile. We have 5 errors. Here undefined symbol marks they are given. Whereas see the question, the class name we are given mark here, but marks we have to give. Here the class name is marks. Once again compile the program, we have 3 errors. Get TQ is not a member function. Then on the place of get data we have made mistake, get data function. Now compile the program, still we have 2 errors, statement missing. For get ch we have not written semicolon, write on the semicolon. Compile, no errors. After that once again save the program, compile, no error, run the program. Enter roll number. For example, I am going to enter the roll number as 123 is a roll number. Then I am to enter the name Ajay. Enter 2 subjects marks. For example, 1 marks I am to write 60, 1 more marks I am to write 70. Then it is displaying roll number is 123, name is Ajay, subject 160, subject 270, total is 130. Now is it clear for all of you? Next class we will meet with one more experiment to come out from this file quit, then exit.